If you'd like sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Still Got Game, episode 452, Still Got Game's official podcast at tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Roger.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James John Dugyont.
This is our second stab at this, everyone. We had some technical
I don't
difficulties.
understand why we're redoing this.
So the video's consecutive. It goes fast. Don't worry. We didn't get past the calls. All right. Yeah, so as you can see, we had some technical difficulties. We started the show over.
3/4 of the way through.
Again, as Hit would always say, it's a we thing.
Now, where's this we thing again?
We're just gonna jump right in the show proper with the mailbag for feedback and questions from last week's show. Parnum 469 comments. Did you guys really use the theme song to mid-2000s best Skinamax softcore porn comedy? Coed Confidential is your closing music of the last episode. Bravo, it really brought me back. And yes, that is what was used. And it was good. It brought me back too. Look at Hit. He's so mad that we're doing the questions again. So mad. He has nothing to say anymore.
3 of the 4 we've already done.
Well, the first 3 went quick. All right. Brazen Fortune comments. The last episode was pretty funny. Also, I loved all the Star Wars and Marvel stuff in the post-show show.
Might as well say it again. I guess we were going to talk about Cobra Kai tonight? No. Okay.
Not tonight. Yes.
Oh.
It's like a deja vu.
No, we're talking about it tonight.
It's like deja
Talking about it
vu.
tonight.
We need to talk about it.
Yeah. It's happening.
It's not. Anyway, so
It'll happen with you here or not.
Don't make me put the spoiler alert up.
Yeah, we did enjoy talking about all that stuff in the after show. So, next up, Flora the Queen comments. I've only been listening to your show for a few months, but I'm really enjoying it. You all seem to be having a lot more fun than other gaming podcasts I listen to. Thanks for keeping my mind off real life for 60 to 90 minutes at a time. And Hit doesn't think that the show is worth
Hit has hung
listening to.
himself twice in this episode so
Yeah.
far.
Yep. Yes.
Well, thank you, Flora. We appreciate your patronage,
Yeah.
and I'm glad we can entertain you for a little
And
bit.
we forgot to say the post-show faux show.
Post-show show, faux show. Nope.
Can't forget the post-show show.
Faux show.
Yeah, we forgot to say that.
Post-show show.
You name it the after show.
Nice. And to bring us to where we left off in the first unlistenable episode, Altius asks, in the wake of CES 2021, were there any standout gaming products that any of you saw? Being a fully virtual CES, I felt the coverage was great this year and made it easier to find more bleeding edge tech. For me, it was certainly the NVIDIA 3060 series opening up high-end PC gaming at a bare bones price. Well, I saw this badass
We
gaming
fucking
chair.
did this one too. I didn't even realize we did this one too.
We didn't finish this one. That's when we noticed. So I saw this badass
Yeah, we
chair.
did. We were done. We were
Wait,
done talking about
It
it.
had a wraparound
So none of us. Okay.
360 display, 4K, 240 hertz.
A lot of stuff that we didn't.
A lot of
That's not going to be
TVs.
released, but it was
Razor,
cool.
Razor mask.
Yeah, the Razer mask. was
Cadillac
cool.
car.
The flying car. Yeah.
Concept cars are stupid.
It's
Well,
deja vu all over again.
I gotta drop
What's
the
going on?
original one in the outtakes of the podcast version because you guys will appreciate that. You'll appreciate why Hit's losing his shit. We talked a good 20 minutes on all the things that we just sugarcoated. So you video people, sorry. The podcast is the true media form. All right. So if any of you have questions or feedback next week, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over to what we're playing? Hit, what have you been playing this week? Whew.
Just mainly Warzone, a little bit of Raft, and
Well, you threatened us that you were going to play
Battlefront 2.
So you did play Raft.
Yeah, you know, I watched Raft for a while. It was a game I wanted to pick up, but I just never got around to grabbing it.
It's good to play with like friends. Like That's how I was introduced to the game. Was like saw a bunch of like friends playing one night and just shooting the shit while they were like gathering supplies and building stuff. I don't know. It was kind of cool.
Nice.
But yeah,
Everything you gather, you got to grab from the side of the boat it's floating by,
yeah,
right?
yeah. You literally start off with like one piece of wood and you got to work your way up. And like you got
It's a-
sharks always surrounding you. And
It's a great concept. It's definitely something I wanted to try. So
I'll
I
play
think
this
they have
album.
DLC where like
buy
eventually
my
you
game
get,
for me.
to land, and yeah, there's like all this extra DLC that they have, and anyway,
Nice.
yeah, cool. Kind of reminds me of Sea of Thieves in a way.
Because you're on the water.
Yeah, you're on a boat and
Yeah. I
like
played a
Sea
game
of
similar
Thieves.
to
It's
that
like
this
Minecraft
weekend.
on meets Sea of Thieves kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I played a game similar to that this week. Pretty much all this week. I've been playing Atlas with some buddies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been attacked by the Chinese yet?
No, because
I
the
understand
crew
the
that
Chinese
I
are really a big problem in that game.
yeah, they are. No, because the crew I
That sounds so racist.
no, it's true.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Being racist, they really have taken over the game. No, I'm in one of the other biggest crew in Atlas, so I don't have to worry about that. So, and they're just pretty much kid gloving me right now until I get up to speed with the game. So it's been fun.
You guys have
Especially
an
playing as a
island?
buddy. Do what?
You guys have an island?
Oh yeah, we have a
Is
lot.
it
We have a lot of islands.
Oh, a lot of fortified?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. They have a lot of cool stuff. I don't want to name it because I don't want to get in trouble because I'm
Yeah,
a newbie
yeah.
right now. But there's
Yeah.
they have a lot of stuff. I mean, if you've ever played Ark or those type of games, but the PvP portion of it, they're always building cool stuff and fortifying things and
Are they like
Uh,
organized where they always have people on shift or anything like that? Is it that
they just
hardcore?
have guys that no, but they just
There's
have guys
always
that play
someone
all
on?
the time because
Yeah.
that's they
Right.
stream or whatever, so they just play all the time.
I know some friends that tried to get me into it, and they had an island and a whole setup and everything, and I think there was like a 8-hour chunk of time where no one was on, and the Chinese ship showed up, and we got back and everything was destroyed. It's like, what happened? We were gone for like 3 minutes.
Yeah. my first time playing it, what they have you do to try to get you leveled up quickly, so you can make a bunch of stuff and do some things. They have you island hop. There's a lot of
Yeah.
islands with a bunch of empty bases. I would
Right.
spawn right in the middle of the base and like, well, nobody lives here now. Looks like somebody took this out.
Right. Right.
Now on to the next island. So yeah, it's got a great concept to it. It would have took off better if they would have had. It's another one of those games that we.
It also had a shitty launch.
Yeah,
right?
a really crappy
When did
launch.
it come out?
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was after Sea of Thieves. It was like
Okay.
it was supposed to be like sold as like a better version of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
But like
This
an
was like the
an
pirate
Ark
version of Ark.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The mechanics they have in the game are definitely a lot better than Ark. The one thing that I wish they hadn't put in is you have to balance your pretty much your
Number.
vitamins. There's
Oh.
4 categories of vitamins. You have to eat certain things to balance that. Well, obviously they found a way around that. All the people that play the game, but like it's kind of silly that they put it in there. Like, who cares? Like, why do I care about balancing my vitamins in the game?
It's a life simulator, man.
so you don't get scurvy. God damn it!
Like, yeah, that's definitely what I'm worried about when there's a 20-foot python in front of me about to kill me. Yeah, I needed some vitamins
Nice.
and some water because I'm always thirsty. But yeah, that's what I've been playing pretty much this week.
So
I
what
see
you
you
sell
playing
them?
some Escape from Tarkov this week. I thought.
Last weekend I played a little bit of it with my buddy Aiko. Yeah, I've been getting back into it a little bit. It's hard to play because everybody that's still playing it are the hardcore players, and they're just, I mean, if they're in your map and they find you, you're dead. I mean, there's no getting around it because
Yeah, it's a
they're
tough
already
game,
they're already
so.
20 levels up from 20 to 40 levels up from me, but it's still fun to play. But yeah.
Nice.
So how about you, Selden?
Been playing my daily destinies whenever I can, getting through some of the dailies and the missions and stuff like that. Picked up Torchlight 3 off of Game Pass, been playing that a little bit.
Me too, but I haven't played it yet.
The game that I've been playing mostly is that Dragon Quest 11S that came out on Game Pass. It's that JPRG game type thing. So I just been running through that. It's pretty well done. It's an entertaining game. It's a throwback to like that 80s type of game, the RPG type games.
You really will play anything, won't you?
So it's 8-bit.
It's not 8-bit, but there's a point where you can actually transfer into 8-bit version of the game, like you were playing on the old SNES. So it's like top-down 8-bit graphics. It's kind of annoying. So as soon as I got past that part, I got out of it. Also, just on mobile, I picked up a game called Puzzle Page, which is like a daily allotment of crossword puzzles, Sudoku puzzles. It's a great shitter type game, so you can get through your puzzles daily. And then my Empires and Puzzles game. So.
Of course.
How about you, Derek?
Well, I kind of unifocused this week. I've been playing a lot of Astro's Playroom. I had finished the whole campaign, and then I was going back and finding all the things I missed on all the levels. And now I'm sitting at the final boss battle, and I've tried that a bunch of times. It's very reminiscent of old school games, so I've tried it a lot of times. Once you finally figure out the mechanic, you're like, okay, I got this mechanic, and then you think you're done, and there's another part of the boss battle, and then you're trying to figure out exactly what to do. And I don't like to look this stuff up, so I'm doing it the way we all did as kids, where you just try to figure out where the weak spot is, what you're supposed to do, and go through it that way. So I've probably done that final boss. Yeah, the final boss battle I've probably done 50 times and still haven't beat it yet, but it's that kind of painful, rewarding thing that we all had as kids. And the game is great. For a game that came with a console, it is a phenomenal fucking platformer. It's super fun, super enjoyable, very nostalgic if you've had Nintendo consoles over the years, but I'm enjoying the shit out of it. And then I played a little minimum Harry Potter Wizards Unite and Pokemon Go and maybe a little Toon Blast here and there, but... Hit, did you play Astro's Playroom?
I just go on the record and say you can't give me shit about.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with what Sultan's about to say.
Yeah.
Can we go on the record and say that you can't give me shit about all the crappy games I play when you're still playing Harry Potter?
But I don't try new crappy games. I stick with the same ones that we all agree are crap. So, yes. So, Hit, did you play Astro's Playroom?
Nobody plays anymore, but he still manages to play.
Oh, yes. Did you play Astro's Playroom, Hit?
Yeah, a little bit.
What'd you think?
Yes, it's okay.
That PlayStation controller is pretty awesome. Yeah, I thought you did too. That's why I was mentioning that.
Yeah, I like their controller a lot.
Like a lot.
A lot. It's really good.
It's
yeah, it's good controller.
Do you think you'll see Xbox in some iteration try to pick up that DualSense?
The haptic feedback thing.
The haptic feedback.
Yeah, the haptic feedback is the game changer. And the build, it's just so much. They've actually made the better controller this generation. They made the better controller this generation.
It's right up there with the Elite controller, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it's pretty nice.
I just hate the two sticks next to each other.
I do too.
To be on that.
At least they're a little further apart than they used to be. They keep pushing them further and further apart, which is nicer. It's not like back in the PS2 days when your two thumbs had to touch to use them.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
it can't be as bad as Nintendo Switch's stupid backwards.
No, they have the worst.
Why?
Their button layout is the worst, and the joysticks are terrible. I feel like I'm gonna break them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, none of that. Ours, we even sent ours back, and they still have the stupid drift.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All right, moving on. New releases. One major new release out this week, and it's Hitman 3 out for the Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Xbox One, PS4, the Switch, and the PC. And Hit's pointing to himself.
I didn't know you had a game coming.
I know. Based off me and everything.
So
it's right below. Like I'm wearing the suit and everything. See, bald head.
Bald head. Yep. So has anyone played through once Hitman rebooted? And we had Hitman, whatever. Then we had Hitman 2, or the Hitman, then Hitman 2. Have any of you guys played
Hitman, whatever?
What was the first reboot? For?
Yeah,
I wanted to, but no.
Hitman 1 was Game of the Year that year.
Yeah,
I played both.
I couldn't remember if it had a subtitle or not. Hitman 2 was the one with the thing at the racetrack, right?
1 and 2 were both episodic.
Yeah, and yep. So this one for
it was when they were on their own, I think, also, and
Yep.
yeah, they were trying out some shit with the episodic stuff. It was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't play any of these.
I dabbled in the Hitman games.
But... Go ahead, Zone.
I dabbled in them when they came up and available to play. It's just that whole stealth part of the game I just really wasn't a big fan of.
That's the thing, like you could have done a mission like 12 different ways.
Yeah, you can do
You
it
can go stealth, you can go right up front, you can do there's so many.
I'd
That
have
was
the
the
John
problem
Wick
that I was having is
I'd
like
have
I
the
didn't
John
know
Wick
how to finish it. I'm like, which one's the right way to do this? Like I don't know which one how to do this.
Yeah, you don't want to do the wrong thing, and then it stresses you out, and you're like,
right?
Did I do the right? Did I do the good one? Like,
there are a couple
it's
times
not the right or
where
wrong. It's like the good one.
Redo them.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the one at the
Sometimes I have to redo them.
racetrack.
Like, how the fuck am I gonna do this?
Yeah, the racetrack one at Hitman 2, I know you could do at least like 6 different ways, and there were like 3 good ones
The mansion,
and 3 bad
the mansion
ones.
one was like 8 different ways.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Now, is this game really upscaled to the Xbox Series XS and the PlayStation 5, or is it just kind of like
No, I believe
half-assed?
that's
Or
why they
is it the
set,
full release?
it's the full release. That's why they set this time out now, because it's also on PC at 4K uncapped frame rate. So
This might be something to look at then. Maybe I'll give it a hit for Hitman.
no, I think I'd like to check this one out too.
I think I'm buying this only because it works with the other 2 as well. So I'm just gonna add it to thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, those games are great. Hitman 1 got Game of the Year. Hitman 2 was also great, but it was more the same.
Yep.
So I'm just curious to see what they do different, or they just keep it the same.
Probably
They had this really cool thing called elusive targets.
Mm-hmm.
That they dropped like every it was very random.
Yep.
And you only had you only had that weekend to complete it, and it never came back. Like there was a elusive target of Ned Stark. What's his name?
Sean Bean.
He was the first elusive target, and like I went
That's
to go
classic,
do it,
man.
and it was like you had to snipe him from between a certain like second of time that he like passes through a window on a tower, and you have to drive to go set up there and take guys out. And like I did all that, and I got there and I just missed a shot, and that was it. Done.
That was your one try?
Sean Bean never came back. That was it.
You shot your
Like,
shot.
yeah, you just missed out. Yeah.
You
It
shot
was
your shot hit. That's all you can ask for. Oh,
a shot I missed, man. I was like, fuck.
that's cool.
So you think this is a game that you could just pick up? You don't have to have the story from 1 and 2 or whatever? Or
the story is
all
you're a
the other
hitman?
iterations?
Nah.
No, that's really the story. You're a cool hitman.
The story is really good. I don't know if you can just pick it up at any point. I'm not sure. So I don't want to answer it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Selden. I played the various Hitman games over the years at E3 and done like 2 missions from each one or whatever. I didn't need to know any of the story.
Always the
This
same
one was
thing.
Fun. Yeah, it's always the same. Yeah, it's just fun.
If you just look at it from the objective aspect of it, like it'll fill in the rest.
Right. But it's not like there's like some long running storyline of the protagonist versus him and stuff like that. Or
If there is, we'll see it when Mark
Like
Wahlberg's movie comes
his
out.
stories are always the same.
okay.
He's got to take somebody out, and sometimes they try to take him out, and it's just like he gets revenge for them trying to take him out. And it's just the same like spiral. In a way, it's almost like John Wick, but yeah, I don't know.
See, there's your story. You got it.
There we go.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll drop it over into gaming news. If you're in chat right now, you want us to talk about something, let us know. But it was a slow news week this
Don't
week.
let us know. We don't have time. We got to move
Definitely news and
fast.
stories. So I'll start us off. Video game spending hits a record $56.9 billion with a B dollars in 2020. that
Wow, that's crazy. Next story.
I think
I'm seriously, honestly, shock and awe.
I'm not. It's COVID. Everybody's
know, I'm
home.
not. I'm
It's-
just-
I'm
No,
like,
no,
we
yeah,
talked about this
spending's
going
through the roof.
all of
we
2020.
ha-
We talked
we
about
have
this.
that spending was up and people are home, but we also talked about people are losing their jobs and everything else. But this is like a 5x year over year. That's
they were
nuts.
up
That money is coming into
27%
gaming.
higher. 27%
27%
higher.
Yeah.
That money's coming into gaming, but other industries are not getting that money anymore. So like, it's not necessarily like, yeah, this is good for gaming, but like,
It's horrible
bad,
for the
it's
actual
bad for
movie
the
theater.
airlines. It's
Yeah,
bad
so
for
you're
the
saying
movies.
it's
Like,
a
you know,
zero-sum game. Like to go up
we're
here,
in
you have to come
COVID.
down here.
Money
Yes, yeah.
yeah, we're in COVID. Money's shifting. Like, yeah, video games are one of the industries that benefited from COVID, and that's that.
But that's that number is up there with the movie business, if not higher.
Well, especially since the
Sure.
article says it was reached as 7.7 billion with a B. That's a 25% increase over 2019. Like that's huge. That's
insane.
crazy.
So
You're locked in the house for 9 months. There's not much else to do.
The question is, does this trend stand after COVID? Like, are people that
No.
weren't gaming people, do they become, now that they're gaming people? do they wanna
Not if
continue?
these studios keep
Money
producing
will start
these
flowing.
big heaping
money-
piles of turds.
Money will start flowing back into industries that were suffering, like airline and hospitality and all that.
When are you going to feel
It's
safe
gotta-
going on a plane hit?
Probably in the next like 2-3 years,
Years?
maybe. Yeah.
You said
At
2 or
some
3
at
years.
some point, like it's gonna bleed back off, right? Like it might not go back to what it was before, but like
Yeah, no,
gonna
there's just
start-
an equalization at some point. I can
yeah,
see
at
that,
some
yeah.
yeah, right? Like it's inevitable. Just a
Yeah, the
matter
people
of
that lock themselves
how-
indoors will finally come outside and they'll get COVID and it'll all be over with.
It's not really how it works yet, but your science is sound with you, so that's good. So, all right.
It was just a jab at you, buddy.
Oh,
That's
I
all it
know.
was.
That's why I rolled past it. Next story.
Our story.
All right, I'll grab
Seldom
this
take
one.
one.
Oculus is launching multi-user accounts and app sharing next month. This is good news. A lot of things that a lot of the VR, Facebook, Oculus, and Quest people have been complaining about is having multi-accounts used so that they can set up their VR headset so that they can use multiple accounts. And it's about time that Facebook came around and releasing this so that the main account can have it, and then you can share it with other people within that ecosystem. So good for them. They're finally listening to some of the users that are using their headsets and accommodating them. I don't know if you recall back in the original days that accounts were getting locked out and banned for using 2 headsets at the same time with the same username. So this will help get by that whole issue that they were having early on in the series. So good for Facebook.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, my son has one of these,
Facebook.
but we haven't.
You're the worst.
I haven't tried it at all yet. So, but like I said, he also doesn't use the Oculus Store. He does all the weird side stuff using the app from Steam. So.
Yeah, you got to. It's because there's so many other games out there that aren't on the Oculus Store. So
Nice. All right.
next story.
Next story.
Yeah, you
Okay.
said you had one.
No, I was giving one to Seldon, but he didn't take
Oh.
it. Okay, so I'll take one. New Star Wars game coming from Ubisoft. The Division 2 devs will be open world. What do you guys think about this?
What's the company name again? I forgot them.
It's
Lucas Art Films games.
no. The actual name of them is.
No, the Division 2, Massive.
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 Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
Like you give a good
If they
developer
make
that
it like the
this kind of-
Division 2, I think it'd be really cool.
So not successful.
What Division 2 is
Oh,
successful?
I
yeah.
mean, Division 2 is
Ish.
a great game, but nobody played it.
No.
Same with Division 1. Like people played it for like a month and then they stopped playing it. It was
Yeah.
Both
and I think
games had,
Division-
both
Because
had
they
games had the same
they
problem.
had the same thing that most developers are having nowadays is coming up with the secondary DLC content that's keeping people engaged.
Something to keep engaged. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I was big in Division 1, and then it dropped off after like maybe 3-4 months.
Yeah, they released the raids, and then it was after that
yeah,
it was just like what?
these
But they
aren't
screwed up the
fun.
raids pretty badly. Was the problem?
Yep.
And then Division
Division
2, I just couldn't get into like I did with Division 1. I played that for like a couple of weeks.
It was
and-
kind of the same game.
yeah, I was yeah. So that's why I'm like I hope they've learned their lessons and they do
Well,
this
see,
right.
The upside
know.
is that Star Wars is a rich universe that it's not like there's going to be any shortage of DLC that they could bring in. It's whether they do or not's the question.
It's more their gameplay. Like, are they gonna make their gameplay replayable or a one-off? Like,
Yeah,
I guess
because they tried to sell the Division series as a replayable game, and it was like not fun
totally not.
replayable.
No.
Yeah, and it's the same problem that all these games have, like Destiny. Like, it's just
Yeah.
people get burnt out
Selden
doing the
doesn't.
same fucking shit
Selden's
over and
been doing
over.
the same
Yeah.
shit over and over now for 9 years, and he doesn't give a
They
fuck.
they got a lot of new content right
They
now.
don't.
There's a
It's
lot
the-
of new
it's
stuff
the
out
same.
there.
It's the
The
same thing
gameplay
they've
is
been doing.
similar,
It's
but the
reskin.
content within it is good.
No, it's the same thing. If you ignore the lore, you're playing the same fucking game we all played 9 years ago.
Talking about a game that had lore on only that you could access on a website. This is fucking Destiny. The Grimoire cards.
Oh, the
Go to our
Grimoire.
website and read about our story. Like, what?
Oh, hit
There's so much
the
in the game now that
over-the-top
you can
slam.
Yeah, now.
Now, yeah.
But
Anyway.
what I'm fearful of the Star Wars game is that Star Wars can basically print money right now. They're so fucking hot that they could do anything they want. I just don't want to see them put out a shitty ass product, make a fucking bank on it, and then walk away from it.
There's been a shit ton of garbage Star Wars games,
Yeah,
especially
Star Wars
recently.
has done that numerous times, leaving us with a crappy ass game.
how are you liking
Doesn't-
Battlefront?
How do I like Battlefront?
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They've made some
like
serious improvements, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and Fallen Jedi is amazing. They're
Yeah.
only so like I hope they can keep this up, but
If they,
almost, I
I think if they,
also hope they don't like oversaturate it and like use it.
I think there's some really good Star Wars games out there, like the Old Republic games. So if they add some of that like charm to it, and then some of the gameplay of how they do with the Division, I think it could be a really good game. I really have hopes for this, but not high hopes because
I
again, you
agree.
have Lucasfilm games in the mix and Disney in the mix as well. No offense to them, but
No, it's how
when,
they
usually
treat
when
the
they get
license, yeah.
involved, it usually
Yeah, a lot
It's
of these
usually
companies,
rushed.
when they get the Star Wars license, they get all giddy, and then it's like, oh, and you
Yeah.
go around the corner, and it's like, there's R2D2, and he's serving up cocktails to his friends, and then you go around the next corner, and it's like, there's Luke, and he's sunbathing on Tatooine, and like it becomes so absurd because they just want to use all the IP that they were given instead of using it in the
Yeah.
right way. Like there's so many Star Wars games that did that. So not
what would
technically
be
that,
ultimately
but-
good is if they took like the Destiny content of like building a character, you can, and having the different kinds of characters, like you could have a Jedi, you could build a Sith, you could build these different Star Wars type characters,
That's what Knights of the Old
and you
Republic
can
did,
choose your
yeah.
weapons and build your weapons. That would be cool in an open world type of game like this. That would be awesome.
That's what the
That would be
MMO was.
ideal.
That's what Star Wars.
Yeah,
Knights of the
that's
Old
what I'm saying,
Republic
like-
was, yeah.
Everybody wanted to be a Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it was a world of Jedi.
Old
that was the
Republic
problem.
was. Old
Yeah.
Republic was.
No, I'm talking the MMO,
it
not
wasn't-
the other one.
Yeah, the MMO.
Yeah, the MMO.
Old
yeah.
Republic.
Yeah, Knights of the Old
Yeah.
Republic. Yeah.
No, Knights of the Old Republic was not an MMO.
so here would
which
be the
one?
last
Now
question for
I'm-
this story.
Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2
Those were the game games.
RPGs.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. You're right. Yep.
The Old Republic is a
was the
MMO.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question is, when do you think we'll see this actual game?
2022,
Uh,
2023.
2023 or 4.
Yeah, I'd say 4. Holiday season 24.
Yeah, I would probably concur with that.
Have they started pre-production?
No, this is just announced. This is pretty much just an announcement of their.
because the deal just finished, right?
Yeah,
Star Wars now became open, so yeah.
they just announced a deal with
Right.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, I'd say 4 years. Yeah.
Well, if you want to see the shitstorm, it's not in our stories this week, but the actual full-on game development of Cyberpunk 2077 didn't even start until 2016. So we saw how well they did in 4 years.
Yeah, that's when they came
Yeah.
out with the story that I guess the footage that they were showing in the early versions was completely
not real.
fucking bullshit and made up.
Yep.
And it shows that they fucked that project.
All right, next story.
Yeah, next story. I'll grab it.
Yep.
Bungie is shutting down its Halo stats archive in February. Bungie is taking its Halo statistics archive, halo.bungie.net.
Or .net.
.net.
No, they changed it.
If you're going to interrupt me, at least get it right.
Sorry,
Jesus.
yes, yeah.
Jesus. Let me continue,
It
por
was
favor.
.org before they gave it up. Yes. right.
Nobody
Yeah,
cares. We're reading the damn article. All right. .net offline over a decade after it stepped away from its franchise to work on Destiny. The news was touched on a studio blog where Bungie explained the website will be laid to rest on February 9th, 2021. So it's like, what, 3 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, sad news.
So yeah, you have
Is
until
it
then.
sad, or do you think they were sitting around the boardroom going, why the fuck do we keep paying money for the server to hold this data?
this is probably like a contractual arrangement they had when they left Microsoft, and it probably just ran out, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to do it anymore.
I remember.
And I don't think Microsoft cared, so.
No, I remember going to work the next day after I played Halo the night before.
Every night.
And then,
I used to print them
night.
out.
Yeah, so you play Halo.
Print out.
Yes, you play Halo every night. The next morning you go to
I'd
work
be at
and you
work
spend the
looking
first
over the
2 hours
stats.
going over your stats.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The heat maps were the best on that thing, man.
Yeah.
Back
Oh
in
my
the day,
gosh.
the heat maps
Yeah.
were fucking phenomenal.
So this area I need to void next week.
Yeah.
No, that was definitely in the day, man. That was fucking great that they had it. It's great that they kept it up as long as they did, especially for the fan base.
Yeah.
I don't blame them for shutting us down. I did once I heard the story. I went back and I started pulling some stuff up and
Yeah, you did,
had some
sure.
old
Does-
screenshots and stuff like that.
Does it track your stats from Master Chief Collection?
No, it stopped after.
It stopped, right?
Yeah, it stopped
yeah.
after Halo 3 at some point.
Oh.
But
Wow.
it was kind of cool. It's kind of like a flashback. You got the old gamer tags that you played the custom games with, so you could see all your old buddies and stuff like that you played with.
Mhm.
So it was a lot of fun looking back at it. But God bless them for leaving it up as long as they
I
did.
killed Selden a lot.
I got that screenshot saved of the headshot though.
Yes. No,
Probably didn't kill me there.
Oh, you were dead.
It was unheard of its time. Like you
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
games at night and then you went to work the next day and you could still like fuck around and be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
I
game.
miss
Yeah.
things like this. I feel like we're missing. There's a hole in the gaming community right now that we're missing. And something like this.
This
is really
data
what we-
mining kind of thing. Yeah.
Not just the data mining. I feel like the kind of the camaraderie of the game itself. You know, a game that kind of. We're just already talking about all the good memories we had with this.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about them shutting down the freaking servers, and we're like all getting sad because, this was some good times.
This
So-
game is the cornerstone of Too Old to Play. Like
Yeah.
So it is sad. And we all did it. We all had the same experience. We all had shared experiences. We all had cross-shared experiences. It was like the Venn diagram of everybody having a fucking good time for years and years and years. And now Bungie's like, yeah, we're tapping out. Fuck you, Bungie. Fuck your dicks. Go do your Destiny bullshit. Give it to Selden. Selden likes anything. You're the Mikey of video games.
I'll take that title.
Hit doesn't. Maybe you didn't have the Mikey commercial. Mikey likes it. Life cereal.
No, I was just flabbergasted by your
Your comment.
outburst. All of a sudden, I'm like, poor Selden.
It's okay, man. I love a variety of games, and I'll take that heat from him. So, but no, it's sad.
Lotus
Sad.
is loving it in chat.
I read through the
too,
article.
so-
It was they had stats through Halo Reach, so they had ODST, Halo 3, Halo 2,
Yeah,
and
because
Reach
Reach
all
was
in
their
there,
last
so.
game. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
The rushed
I'm
game.
gonna have to go in and check real quick. I just wanted to see how many matches I played.
yeah.
Are we doing this live on the show? We're all gonna.
No, not now. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying before
Alright.
they close, I want to go in and take one last look. I'm not gonna save any files or anything, but
One of the stats I looked at was the amount of days that I actually.
yeah, like
Contributed
that's
playing
one of
that
them.
game.
That's
the
one of them
scary
too.
It was
one,
just-
yes.
Oh my god, so many hours put into days. It was just huge. I was like, man, that was the
Yeah. I don't want to see the stats. No.
All right, next story, guys. Let's go.
All right. Universal delays opening of Super Mario World again due to COVID.
This is such a nonsense.
Anybody
We fucking
shocked by
said this when we had the story saying that they were opening it. We're like,
We were like, they're nuts.
you guys aren't gonna open, man. You guys aren't gonna make it.
Oh my god.
That was the most pretentious launch ever, where they're like, "Yeah, it's still a COVID. We're gonna open a new amusement park. It's gonna be sick."
It's like,
Yeah, I'm opening a theater next week. You guys want to come join me?
Yeah.
who was it that announced a convention coming up? And they're going
Oh,
through
PAX
with it.
East in
PAX East,
Yeah, that shit's not happening,
in
man.
June. I don't
yeah,
think it's happening either.
And
but-
watch, and we're gonna have a story in July, and be like, just like
Vaccines
this.
is canceled due to COVID.
Yeah, like,
None of the
of course, we
vaccines
told
are out
you.
yet.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you plan anything right now with COVID? Like, I don't know. It
Like everybody
seems
wants
way
to
too
have
risky.
something under the like they want to lock
So
something
risky.
in so it's there in case things go right, but there's no guarantee until after the fact. So
See, like up here, we have a reality show, Big Brother Canada.
Yeah.
Last season, it was airing when COVID hit, and they ended up going for like 6 weeks before they had to like stop production because the government had shut everything down. And so that was it. That was the end of the season. Like they never finished their season. So they started up again, pre-production, and like they got a cast ready to go, and they're gonna start filming like I think next month. And I remember talking to some of my Big Brother friends, and I'm like, what the fuck are they thinking? Like they're gonna get shut down again. Like what? How do you plan? It's so risky. It's so much money involved in getting a production off the ground.
So
It
how
seems
did
like
they-
such
how
a
did
risk
they-
right now.
I feel like-
COVID.
But like Big Brother's like the perfect show for a pandemic. You're locked
Yeah,
in
but
the house. You're
they
not-
are safe, but the staff is not safe.
yeah,
That's
but
the
you
thing,
lock
right?
them in too.
Yeah,
I don't think they would be locked in with those people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
at the time they didn't sign up for that, right? Because they didn't know what
Yeah.
Yeah.
it developed over the season. and
I don't
then-
think we're gonna get. To be honest with you, I don't. This is gonna be a dry year for content wise.
Oh yeah,
I don't think we're gonna get anything really launched until 2022. Really, actually, and it might be 2023 before we actually start seeing some massive amounts of content come out. So Netflix is gonna be dry, and
we're not getting
Everything's gonna be
Mandalorian for a
dry.
year and a half.
Yep.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
I know that Survivor's in a long
Yeah,
hiatus at
Survivor
this
is
point
on
there.
hiatus right
Mhm.
now. Like, they can't go
Like-
anywhere.
Well,
Like the islands that they were supposed to go to, they're like, we're not allowed to go there no more.
So,
Yeah.
so ironically, the show that Tiff watches, the Bachelor, they seem to have figured out the plan where they
Yeah,
just took-
because
they
there was
took over
another
a whole
show.
hotel. Yes.
Yeah, there was another show where they took over like a penthouse in Vegas, and they just filmed their show up there on the roof.
Yep.
Like they were actually sleeping on the roof in tents. because of the outdoor thing. Like,
Oh, nice, 'cause the air stuff and
yeah, it's just like this is the weird. Oh, so weird. COVID.
Yeah, I think there are definitely some TV series, like the Netflix series and stuff like that, that they're locking these people into certain areas and they're not allowed to leave, and they're filming still stuff. So
Oh, the circle, right?
yeah,
Yeah, the circle's the same.
I
way.
wonder if they're filming another season, but I don't know.
You would think they
Yeah,
could.
they're all locked in a room, and
yeah.
yeah. But it's the
But-
production, right? It's not just the people.
but like the dome that Disney Plus uses for Mando is now being used for the Book of Fett. So
Right.
it's an awesome studio and they have awesome precautions, but only
They
one
should
show
have
can
two of
film
them.
there at a time. Yeah. They should make another giant dome of awesomeness. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they're just printing money, so they might
Well, yeah,
as well
really,
make
at
another
this point,
dome so they
you
can start
don't need
producing
any
shows.
real location anywhere. Like when you look at Mando, like look back at Mando and think of what they did. You don't need a location at all anymore. That was all filmed in that virtual space.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they need two. They can just simultaneously do two shows at the same
like,
time.
or flip 3 shows and go, you're here now.
Yeah.
The other one's here. Yeah, and just keep your whole thing cycling through. That's true too. Yeah.
Yep.
It's genius.
And I mean, production value is going to, be a lot lower because they don't have to make all these scenes as they used to.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Next story.
Next story. New Indiana Jones game coming from Wolfenstein developer. So this was literally a 30-second teaser. But it hit me
Excited.
in all the right spots.
Definitely.
Yep. Like I don't
It's
care.
been a while since the last Indiana game.
Yeah, I don't care if it goes with a movie or not. That's not a big deal for me. If you take the characters and make them who they are.
The only thing
from
you
the
care
game-
about is to make sure that the character looks like Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah, that and then it
sounds
goes.
like him.
It also
Right?
goes.
Yeah.
Right? So if they don't, You're gonna shit on them, right?
Yes, yeah. If it's
Right?
like yeah,
If
it's
they
like,
don't, you're gonna shit on them.
I
Okay,
am gonna
everybody,
shit
you
on
heard
them.
this. Somebody
Yes.
clip this. Somebody clip this. What timestamp are we at?
Now, was this the one that was this the thing that came out this week where Harrison Ford said Indiana Jones dies with me, or was it a different role that he was playing? That the character, whoever it is,
He's in the next movie.
Yeah,
He's in the
I-
next
I
movie.
think that was-
so
that- you're
whether or
taking it as a
not that's
negative
his last
statement,
one,
but that's like a good statement.
no, I'm taking.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely a good statement. Don't get me wrong. I do apologize if it came across that way, but I wouldn't want to see anybody else play Indiana
Well,
Jones.
they
besides
they
Harrison Ford.
tried to pass the baton on, and that didn't work
Well,
out.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah,
There was also a point
That
where I
didn't work
would have
out.
watched River Phoenix become Indiana Jones, like from
Yeah.
Holy Grail, and then New Indiana
Yeah.
Jones Chronicles. But and Shia could have had it, but then he went insane. But, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm excited for another.
But yeah, I'm
game.
definitely excited for an Indiana Jones game, man.
I played
would
there
love
there
to
was
play
a
this right now.
Lucasfilm or LucasArts indie click adventure that didn't line up with any of the movies at some point, and I enjoyed that game too way back in the day. So I don't know. I like Indiana
Next story?
Jones.
All right,
Next
next
story.
story. I'll take this one. Cyberpunk 2077 next gen update will arrive in the second half of 2021.
All right, next story.
Oh, good thing Selden picked this up early to get it and didn't take his refund.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't turn my refund in time when they came out with the delay up until the second quarter. And as we were talking earlier pre-show, that we don't expect to see this until the end of the second quarter. And
Not even third quarter.
I'm saying third or fourth quarter.
I'm saying third
before
or
we
fourth.
see
I'm saying
that.
2022.
Given the
because,
number of delays and the fact that the game is still broken, they need to fix that.
And they said they're not going to force overtime. And
yeah, it's
Yeah.
COVID, pandemic,
Mm.
not happening.
Also, the game is
I-
pretty much unplayable. Yeah.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot wrong with it.
yeah, I think CD Projekt Red is in a lot of trouble with this game right now. And then if they're not bought out by another studio or they go under,
They're not,
I
No,
no,
that I don't know
can't
if we'll
get
ever
bought
see-
out.
No,
That's
they're,
not gonna
they're
happen.
in the echelon of Rockstar. The two of them were the ones that was like, we're not putting out a game until it's ready. We'll milk. I saw.
I
Witcher
don't even
3
think
at-
they're Rockstar level.
No, they are. I saw
They're not
Witcher 3
Rockstar
at
level.
6
No.
E3s in a row. 6.
No.
And yeah, no, this was a lapse. Of
They ain't
judgment
Naughty
for them.
Dog. They ain't Rockstar level.
Oh,
They're
they're right
below.
up there with Naughty Dog.
And this has proved it.
there's
Yeah,
not a
this
lot
is
of people who are
proved it.
Rockstar levels.
It's not Rockstar level. It's not
with Ed on
Naughty
this
Dog
one.
level.
They used to be.
No. No, they never were.
No.
Yeah,
tried to
hit
be
wonder
by
doesn't
getting
make you a
this game
Rockstar
there.
level.
This game was the one that was going to get them to the Rockstar level.
That
and
was
the
Witcher
fact that it came
3.
out broken.
No,
No, this had to be the one
Witcher
after
3
that.
was their first game that kind of put them on the
yeah,
more of a map,
exactly.
and this game would have
Exactly.
put them, up
they
there with everybody else.
Fucked it up.
Yep.
Mhm.
Totally agree.
We'll agree to
I
disagree.
want to see it. I want to see it come out. I want to see the update come out, but I have little faith in him right now.
Yeah,
so.
especially since you still own it.
Yeah.
You already invested in it, Selden. You're in. Yep.
It's okay. He invests in dying things.
Yeah.
Stadia.
I didn't drop a dime in Stadia. I got out of that one, thank God.
Oh.
Ouya.
No, I never
Yeah,
had Ouya.
that's
That
me.
was Derek.
That's me.
That's all
me.
Derek. Whoops.
That thing was a piece of shit. Yeah, I agree. But I do have a controller that has my
Yes.
name carved in it, and I'm in the credits of Ouya Bullshit OS, so that's cool too. Yeah, whatever.
I guess Hit Knight are the ones smart ones here.
Yeah.
You know what gets me about they released a timeline for Cyberpunk 2077 update roadmap that they put out, and they're actually releasing free DLC prior to getting the free next gen console update in their timeline. I'm like, don't you think you should solve that fucking problem first before you start
You got to give the
working on your
handy.
DLC?
You got to give a handy to the people on PC to keep them involved while you
Yeah.
fix it for everybody else. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. They're in a lot of trouble. So
All right, yeah.
I
Last
mean,
story.
it's kind of the same
I-
way.
I don't know.
that-
I tried.
kind of the same thing with like GTA. Like that game came out, and then they added stuff, and the others didn't get, and eventually they harmonized everything. I don't know. But I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Sullivan.
Yeah, it seems dickish to
Sorry.
put out free DLC when people don't have the fucking game.
Yeah, like the priority level should be game working first,
yeah,
everything else after.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
was like-
you
that
should
was
be
like
on
what
their
Anthem
board.
did.
That's
Anthem
a
tried to
really
do the same
simple way
thing.
to put it. Yes.
Like the next gen update should be when the game is like stable. Like we
Yeah.
figured this out, and now we're gonna, like I don't know.
Now we've
It's
launched
like-
it.
It's just gonna come
Now
out
we'll
and it's
work
gonna be
on
broken
DLC.
again, and-
Yes, yeah.
we're gonna sell you a car that's got 3 working wheels and a block, but
Like
then we're
what?
gonna give you a free XM Sirius satellite upgrade, but we're gonna fix the other wheel like in 3 months.
Yep.
Like what? Like if you
Maybe.
guys, okay, well, like what are you guys gonna do? Like it's a hypothetical question. The next gen update comes at the end of second quarter, let's say, and it doesn't work. Like let's say that the game is
Oh, they're
as
done.
just as
They're
broken
done.
as it was before.
They're done.
They're done.
That was your second chance, right? Like you gave
Yeah.
them a second chance, and
That might actually close
Yeah,
their
like-
studio.
that's why
Fool
it's
me
so
once,
risky.
shame
Like
on me. Fool
why
me
even
twice, fuck you. Yeah.
why even put a date on this? Like I don't
didn't.
even think
They
they should
put-
have done that.
They put second half. You guys are saying
That's still
beginning of
narrowing it down. They should have said 2021. That's it.
That's like what
it.
they're doing with the new
This
Halo
is
game.
saying-
They're
Yeah,
not
they
giving
should
you
do
a
what
date.
Halo's doing. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
2021 saying
No.
second half of 2021 is saying 2021. You could put it out December 31st, 2021, and you're in the second
No,
half.
no. It's I think they said second quarter.
No, it's
Yeah,
the
they
No,
said
second
it's
half.
the article
Oh,
says
it
second
actually
half.
says second half. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I read that wrong. I read that as second quarter.
No,
Then
it's-
that means this game's coming out in December.
yes, that's. I thought that's what we were all discussing, but you smoked yourself.
I'm sorry, I
into,
read it
into
wrong,
July.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't coming out until like December, November for
No,
sure.
yes. I kept wondering why you kept saying like
For
second
sure.
quarter. Like, yes, all right, yeah. Now we're all on the
And
same page.
everybody's gonna
Yeah.
forget about this game by then. It's gonna be there's
Ugh.
Yeah, and
yeah,
too
does
much
anybody
time
go
it
back
went-
to
Yeah,
a
too
game
much
like
time
that?
it goes by. Their mechanics in the game are going to be old. Like,
I mean, look at Anthem.
bad.
Anthem had so much promise, and they did the same thing. I
Right.
mean, exactly the same thing.
I'm going to pose something here.
No.
Was the better
Uh-oh.
solution to not even release this game until it was ready for everything?
Correct. Yes.
No, they should have released it platform by platform.
See, I
At least they would have got some money. They would have got some money in the doorway and keep everything afloat. And this way, they're like totally bleeding out right now. They got a jugular gushing out.
I feel like they should have pulled the
Instead of a
Rockstar
vein.
thing, been like, it'll be out when it's out, and then released on everything, and then nobody would be mad.
Yeah, but the reason
no
why
one would
that
have
game
bad
came
blood.
out is because they were being pushed.
Yeah, but by who?
They were being pushed to release that game. That's why
By
that game came out.
who?
They're investors. Dude, it's been 7 years. Where is this fucking game that I put money into?
What I would have done was I would have released it on PC because it was
Yes.
at least somewhat viable there.
Right. Is
to
their
play.
best option. And then just patch it
Try
along
to
the way.
Yeah, patch that, and then you should have said, okay, we're not doing the last gen consoles. We are actually now doing an update for and redoing the game for the next gen consoles, and we're gonna try to get this out by X date.
You mean
And
current
we're
gen,
back,
not
you know,
last gen.
yeah.
If you were to current gen,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem bad, but
Kind of like Master Chief Collection on PC. Just step by step.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost like they
Different
try to make
console.
they try to get it out for this current gen launch and try to bank as much money as they could, and I don't think they expected
no, that was a huge
the
mistake.
feedback and the back slash that they got from it, the consumers. So
Well, because they started this game so long ago, their plan was next gen wasn't even a thing back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the time they had committed, it was already too late, and they were like, "Okay, now we're gonna have to do a separate thing and blah
For
blah
this
blah."
console, so,
Yeah.
So my main argument for why they should have just waited for everything is because I have a friend that told me that when they were playing some other builds of this game, that it was an entirely different game, and that game was probably way better than the game we're all seeing, and we probably should have just waited like another year for it.
yeah, probably. That's the same friend that writes your articles on here too, right?
like what kind of I would love to see what the other type of game that this was.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to that friend of yours.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I there's certain games that we've seen in the past that what was it, Gears, that you said was a different game before they brought it out?
When Gears was going to be a first-person shooter to begin
Yeah.
with? Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how they would have liked to see Cyberpunk before this. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's so many stories like this, like Destiny 1.
Oh,
It's
Destiny
famously
1
known.
had 24-man raids.
Yeah, it was a
24
completely
man
different game, and
raids.
something happened. And like one day, I hope we get a documentary. And like, what the fuck happened?
I mean, I heard it had 24-man raids, and they didn't show them.
What did it
off
have to
on
do with the
E3.
server
friend?
compatibility?
Was this the
They
same
just
friend
could
by
get
any
the
chance?
servers to hold 24 people and all the stuff they were trying to do.
I don't know. All I
'Cause,
know.
I mean, you got to
is-
think about that. A lot of the server stuff is probably what holds them back sometimes.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see something that had so much promise
Yeah.
become so not.
Especially this one. It's been so long coming. Everybody's been waiting for this for so long, and it just
I told you we saw this.
Well,
at
I'm worried about
6
Halo.
E3s.
This is the exact reason.
yeah,
I'm with
for
you.
sure.
that-
This is the thing too.
Exact
If they come up with
reason.
Halo and it's a big pile of turd,
Maybe I know we all shit on them, but maybe them pulling back and waiting was the absolute right thing to do.
No,
considering
I
how
think-
we're all
I-
treating CD
I think it
Projekt
was the
Red
right
right
thing to
now. Yeah.
I think it was the
Yeah,
right thing
but
to do.
like,
But
yeah.
it sucks. But but the thing is, if they come out and it's a big turd,
Oh no, you still have
Still?
to produce then. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And the problem is, no offense, 343, but you better get your A game out here instead of this C plus, maybe C minus thing you've been putting out for the
C
last.
minus at best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you guys have not. I mean, you're no Bungie. Sorry. I know Derek hates Bungie, but Bungie did bring this all together at some point. You know,
I
so,
did love Bungie once.
Yeah.
saying that Bungie's better than CG Projekt Red?
No.
No.
Oh.
343.
No.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean,
That's like video game lore there.
Yeah.
you have like 3 times more lifetime than them. Way more experience.
All right. Did anyone want the last shitty story, or you want to move on?
I said we move on.
I say we end it. Who cares
All
what
right.
Assassin's Creed fans have decoded its fictional Isu language? I don't know what that is, but that doesn't interest me at all.
No, that
This
seems
story is coming out of Engadget. Watch a nearly 30-minute video on verb tenses and conjugation if you're not a Templar. Who put this story here? Derek?
Tiff.
No.
Where's
Jesus.
Tiff?
You
No,
know, I put
I'm
a
looking at the
story.
edits.
I put, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, listeners,
No,
I
It's
put a
about to get bad.
story.
he's reaching
About
out
to
to
get
our
I
mad.
put a
constituents.
story in the Discord and it didn't show up. And he'd rather go with this story than the story that I put in. That's right. I'm not putting any more stories in the Discord.
Which
That's
story
it.
on the Discord did you put in
done.
that I didn't take?
I'm done. I'm done.
No, you
I'm
tell
done
me.
with the
Roger,
Discord.
you do
The
realize that it was
developer
probably
delivers explicit filled but correct rant about Xbox Series X, S, and S.
Oh, I thought that was just a for fun story. I didn't think you wanted to cover that in the show.
That's like a what the fuck story because it's fun. Better than this Assassin's Creed language, blah, blah, blah.
No, I think these
Eric-
people that did the Assassin's Creed language are dumbasses. But yeah, no,
Eric. Did Tiff make you put that story in?
no, she hasn't even looked at the outline in months. So yes, no, I
It's
put
like
Hasn't
she didn't
even
even
listened
she
to
don't
the
have anything to
show.
do with this show anymore.
She was over there watching me do the show for a little bit, so yes. All right. Well, on that wraps up gaming news. If you have stories for us, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. If we had them, we'd use them, but we don't, so we won't. But if you want to be a sponsor, 773-527-2961. Podcast@toolplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell us you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. Twitter.com/tooltoplay. Twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us. Facebook.com/tooltoplay. Excuse me. We also have, I've been talking too long. Much better. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tooltoplay. That's where we put all of our archive video content, whether it's episodes Still Got Game, Hits Quick Hits, Thick and Thin with LB and Duty featuring i6 Hitman in an extreme way, Selden's Special Cam, all the shows that you love, we archive them all on YouTube. So youtube.com/tooltoplay, go there, subscribe, and you'll have access to all of our archive video content. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. We need 5 stars. So just go there, search up Still Got Game. It's really easy. It brings up a picture of 5 stars, and then you just go all the way to the 5th one and click. And when it says, do you want to write a little something else? Then you do that. And you say, these guys are gods. I love them. D-Smooth. Love the mini man bangs. Whatever you want to write, write that. There's probably some kind of Google store where they also do podcasts, but Selden said he wants to talk about that. Selden, why don't you tell him how to rate us in the Google store thing stuff?
Basically, any of your podcast networks that you go, we're pretty much on all of them. Just rate and review us on everything, and make sure you share it with family, friends, and even coworkers, and let them know what you're listening to or what they should be listening to.
Nice. Now, is that a native app
Very
on?
radio-esque
Cool.
there.
Yes. Is that a native app on the Android phone, Selden, or do they have to download this?
No, any of the podcast networks. It doesn't matter which one. Spotify. I think we're on Spotify, aren't we? On Spotify?
Yeah, we're on Spotify. Yeah, Yeah.
Okay.
we're on them all.
Yeah. So any of them. Google Play Store does have also the podcast. You can.
That's what I'm
pull it
talking
down
about. That's
from
what I
there.
want you to talk about. Yes, no one knows how that works.
Yes.
So you
It
just
works just like anywhere else you download. You search Tool to Play or search Still Got Game, and you're gonna find us on there. So.
all right. There you go. Follow Selden's rules. All right. We also have a Discord. Yant is bad at Discord, but the rest of us are good. It's at tooltoplay.com/SGG Discord. That's tooltoplay.com/S as in still, G as in got, G as in game, Discord. Yant has told you many times before he won't talk to you unless you add him, and it's true. Even me. He does not. But the rest of us are in there. We chat all day long. Selden will literally chat about nothing. You can be like, chirp, and he'll be like, chirp, chirp. Like, it's pretty sick. But yeah, so go to toolplay.com/SGG Discord. We all hang out in there all day long. We chat. We have a good time. So just join us. And especially for you super fans out there, imagine getting a piece of Hit for an hour and like being able to talk to him about the things that he likes and the things he doesn't like. Like, he'll let you know the things he
Sure.
doesn't like.
He could be your
Sure.
international pen pal.
Oh. Virtual international pen pal, yes. So, yeah, go there, sign up, and join us and chat all day long. All right, gentlemen. We all have stuff that we feel strongly about or our own shit. So, Hit, what do you want to pimp this week?
You can follow me at Twitter and YouTube at i6Hitman, and if you want to watch me play Warzone live on Twitch, you can follow me at i6_Hitman. How about you guys?
You can catch me on all social media at Selden007. Doesn't matter if it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, or anywhere. You can find me there. I'm going to trying to stream a little bit more of the video games and see what we can do. Over on Twitch, though, definitely. So, how about you, yeah?
I have a life. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't do any of stuff anymore. I don't know why. I just do this show to hang out with you guys, talk to our fans. That's it. Sorry, guys. If you want me to come back and do something, you got to show me the reason why.
Submit something if you want Jan to come back to social media. Like, let us know, 7735-7961. Email us at podcast@toolplay.com. All right. I am at twitter.com/Derek Nolan, facebook.com/Derek Nolan. You can find me Instagram at the official underscore, well, not the official underscore Derek Nolan is my place where you can find me there. You can youtube.com/RealDSmooth. Find me in all these places. That's where all of my awesome content goes. But like I do each and every week, I'd much rather, instead of pimping my own shit, pimp RERF.US, the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund. Send some money out there. Like, I know lots of us live in places where we can have food delivered, or we can do curbside if we're insane and want to leave our house. But we can do these things in certain places, but other places in the country cannot. They don't have that ability, and RERF.US will provide for those people that don't have a means to have someone do takeout or whatever. And like I always say, we want these restaurants to be there for us when we come back from this pandemic. So please dig deep and help out. That's all I ask. So. All right.
Show love and respect.
On that, why don't we wrap this episode up? I'm Nolan.
I am what was that? I'm Hip.
Boy.
I am Roger, aka Hitman.
I am Chris Selden, 007 Selden.
And I'm James Yacht Wolf.
And we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Facebook.com/2voltsplay, YouTube.com/2voltsplay, and Twitch.tv/still_God_game.